How is your approach to public speaking changing as you learn and grow as a thought leader?
I don't get nervous anymore, obviously. I was speaking in front of a lot of people a lot, so that's gotten a lot better.
When did that stop?
That actually stopped a while ago. I did a lot of, I mean, you were in B school and you know that like everything's a group project and everything ends with a presentation. So it's like every single class I had like group presentations or single presentations. I had to take speech in college because of business school as well. And ended up on IFC as the IFC president, so I had to give like a speech in front of the whole Greek organizations on campus. So I think I got over a lot of that in college. The big thing that's changed as I've grown though in the leader, attempted to grow as a leader in the tech space is when I first started giving talks, I felt it was really important to put as much shit on a slide as humanly possible, right? And it was literally like, like 12-point fonts, all code, monotone, it looked terrible. Everybody's like, everybody in the back's like, I don't even know what he's talking about. And now if you look at my slides, they're literally just like a funny picture background and like 1 or 2 words, and that's it. Everything that when I talk is like off the cuff. Like I don't actually like plan what I'm going to say other than I have my slides as an outline. And the reason that I do that, a really good buddy of mine in New York, Eric Kastner, I used to have, when I was doing really heavy technical talks, I'd have him review my slides. He's just a friendly nerd of mine. And he was like, why are you putting all this crap on slides? And I was like, well, I like to have something for them to read, and I want to give as much information as humanly possible. And he's like, dude, you can bullshit about this stuff ad nauseum. Like you don't need to worry about putting a bunch of crap on slides. He's like, get up there, be yourself, and just talk as if you and I were having a conversation. That was probably the best speaking advice I've ever gotten. And that's the biggest fundamental shift is I get up, I talk ad hoc, just from the cuff about what I know and what I'm passionate about, and either it resonates with people or they think I'm an idiot, which is fine too.
Now, how has that changed as you talk less about tech and more about ideas and innovation?
I actually just recently learned a lesson on this one. Now that I've gotten away from more technical talks and get into more what does it all mean, where are we all going kind of talks, is that I use a lot more statistics and a lot more kind of metrics to get my message across. Like one of the current things, there are a couple things that are I think really interesting about mobile location kind of stuff. One is that there's about 1.5, 1.8 billion people on the internet. There are 5.8 billion mobile subscribers. So we have a 4 billion person gap that is going to be closed. Those 4 billion people will be on the internet probably in the next year or two. So if we thought the internet was growing quickly before, we haven't seen anything because those mobile subscribers are just waiting for internet to come onto the network. So I use a lot of numbers to talk about that and back that up. And recently a lesson that I learned from that was I have sources for all of that stuff, but I don't generally put them on slides. And I recently quoted a report from Africa that said that students in Uganda and Kenya spend 50% of their disposable income on mobile communications. And this woman who was from Kenya got up and was like, that is absolutely false. Like she went off on me in front of with the microphone in front of the whole thing. And I was like, clearly I need to cite my sources.